Hello, and thank you for joining me today. As we begin naming muscles within our body, we're going to start um, up in the head and the neck region, and we're going to work our way down to eventually our toes. So, we're going to start with the muscles of the neck and face. And so, at the end of this video, you will be able to identify muscles associated with facial expression and their function, identify muscles with mastication and their function, and then label and provide the function of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So here we go. Muscles of the face. So these are facial expression muscles, innervated by your facial nerve, which we'll talk more about at the end of the year. But you have your epicranius, which is made of two muscles, your frontalis and your occipitalis, which connect and combine to do the same thing. They both originate at your occipital bone, and they insert at the skin around your eyes. So when this contracts, it pulls towards your occipital bone, which means your eyebrows are going to raise up. So when you're surprised, your eyebrows go up. This is your epicranius functioning. Your orbicularis oculi originates at your maxillary and frontal bones, inserts at the skin around your eyes, and functions to close your eyes as if you are blinking. Your orbicularis oris originates at the muscles near the mouth, inserts at the skin of the lip, and functions to close your lip and stick your lip out, kind of like a child pouting, is what your orbicularis oris does. And then your buccinator originates on the outer surface of the maxilla and the mandible, inserts at the orbicularis oris, so it inserts on this muscle, and functions to compress your cheeks inward when blowing air or sucking on a straw. So you pull your cheeks in, make a fish face. That's the muscle that's doing that. So it compresses your cheeks inward. Is your buccinator. Your last couple facial expression muscles are one, your zygomaticus, which originates at your zygomatic bone, inserts at your orbicularis oris, again, on your mouth, functions to raise the corner of the mouth. This allows you to smile. So zygomaticus makes you smile. And then your platysma originates at the fascia of the upper chest, inserts on the border of the mandible. So if it originates at the chest and inserts near the mandible, it's going to pull your mouth downward when you frown. So if you can frown, that's your platysma functioning there. Here's a diagram. So this is showing you your frontalis, which is part of your epicranius, which pulls backwards. We have your orbicularis oculi, which allows you to blink and close your eyes. We have your orbicularis oris here, which closes your lips and allows you to close your lips. Your platysma is pulling here. It's going to pull your corners of your mouth downward. Your buccinator is going to push your cheeks inward. Your zygomaticus allows you to smile. Your orbicularis oculi, we said, was blink. I think that may be all of them. So those are the muscles we've talked about there. There are others, as you can tell, but a lot of them do the same thing, not quite as much as the ones we just labeled. If you want to quiz yourself, there you go. You can label the ones that we just labeled, look at where they're connected to, originating and inserting at. If we talk about, so those were facial expression. Now we're going to talk mastication. So this is eating. And these are innervated by what's known as the trigeminal nerve, which again we're going to talk about later. But you have a couple of muscles of mastication. One is the masseter. And the masseter originates at your zygomatic bone, inserts at your mandible. So originates near your cheek, inserts on your mandible, functions to close your jaw, elevates the mandible. Your temporalis originates at your temporal bone, inserts on the mandible, again functions to close your jaw, elevate the mandible. You have two of these. These are called pterygoids. Your medial pterygoid originates at your sphenoid bone, your palatine bone, and your maxillary bone. Inserts on the medial surface of the mandible. Functions to, again, close your jaw and also moves it side to side, left to right, depending on which one's contracting. You can pull it left and right. Your lateral pterygoid originates at just your sphenoid bone, inserts on the anterior mandible, functions to protract your mandible and move it side to side. So protract being to stick out your jaw. And then it can move it side to side as well. That is your lateral pterygoid. So there's your medial and laterals. Notice your lateral is this one here. The fibers are running from front to back. So when it contracts, it's going to pull this direction. That's how you stick your jaw out. Your medial pterygoid is going to pull this way, which is going to pull your jaw side to side. The last one is going to be your muscle of the neck that we're going to talk about. It's called the sternocleidomastoid. So this one, sterno, refers to the sternum. Cleido refers to the clavicle. Mastoid refers to the mastoid process of your skull. So it originates at your anterior sternum and your clavicle, inserts at the mastoid process of the temporal bone, and turns your head to the side and pulls it to your chest. Essentially, put your ear towards your chest, and that's your sternocleidomastoid pulling. It looks like this. So when it contracts, you're going to pull, when this side contracts, you're going to pull this ear down to your chest, down to here. That's your sternocleidomastoid. All right, here are some review questions. What's the function of the epicranius? Origin and insertion points for the orbicularis oris and orbicularis oculi. What's the function of the zygomaticus and the platysma? What are the muscles of mastication and what does each of them do specifically? And what is the function of the sternocleidomastoid? Make sure you can answer those. If you have questions, let me know. We will do some more review when you come back to class. And I look forward to continuing this unit with you.